All right, so we are back with some more breakdown stuff. Now, part one, the EZAs have been announced, and we have a big one. The BROLY trio has their EZA, and this is very exciting because this unit kind of saw like a bit of a renaissance, or maybe not a renaissance, but like a revival in value when we had the when Fusion Zamasu, right? That was like the big thing with this guy, with these guys. People got really excited because we have the guaranteed dodge mechanic that these guys bring to the table, and that is still extremely valuable. As you guys know, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that dodge is extremely important. But let's go ahead and take a look. I've heard they're very good. Like, I've seen the kind of the talk on Twitter and stuff like that of where these guys are at, but I want to kind of read this myself and see if we can come to a reasonable conclusion on like my overall evaluation. So most of this is a raw reaction to what they are doing, and that's basically all I got for you. So let's go ahead and hop into the breakdown for this unit, the sub EZAs. Then we have a little surprise at the end that was put in the data download, so that'll be very exciting. But movie bosses, 150 key 4, not a terrible lead if you don't have any other options, I would say. Their extreme physical buff isn't great, 100%. That's obviously not very good for Battlefield, as you're mostly looking for like 120 or 130 to that, but not a big deal. Battlefield is not what units are being power crept for these days, so that's fine. Let's start with the 12 key, the surprise attack. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and greatly causes colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lowers attack. Okay, that is an extremely good super attack effect, especially in something like the Kaioken Blue Goku event where he's hitting very hard and he can have his attack lowered. This is very good. I would say that's a phenomenal 12 key effect, especially with the defensive raises. That's exactly what we're looking for. And I'm sure most of you with sharp eyes have already looked down and you've seen the survival attack extreme here. Massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn and then causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. So we have colossal, mega colossal, and colossal, and then a 100% defensive raise as well as an attack raise. So that is very good with the super attack effects. If I could make maybe one thing I don't love, I wish that the 18 key also lowered attack, but that's okay. I'd say that over getting 100% raise for defense, I'm completely okay with that over lowering the enemy attack. Because most of the time in these hard fights, you can't lower the enemy's attack anyway. This is just a niche for the kind of Kaioken Blue Goku fight. I would say that's where I would want that to be, but that's fine. So, the passive skill, we call this Fight for Friends. It's trying to do Patrick Star there, but attack and defense plus 30% per key sphere obtained, very nice. Additional attack and defense plus 10% per key sphere obtained, physical key sphere obtained, nice. Plus an additional key plus 2 per key sphere obtained, very nice. All allies, key plus 2, attack plus 39% with AGL or STR key spheres obtained. So if you want that support for attack, you would grab those, and then tech or int, you would get all ally key and defensive support. So most of the time, you probably want to be going for the tech or int key spheres. And then honestly, all allies key plus 2, attack and defense plus 50% with rainbow key spheres obtained is also very nice. Then we get an additional attack plus 39% when launching just a super attack. Very nice. On top of all of these right here, we have a lot of attack raising going on, so that is good. Launches an additional super attack and damage reduced by 10% to all movie bosses or super bosses category allies at 24 key. So a guaranteed super and damage reduction support. Whew, that is very good. And 24 key is not going to be very hard to get because we have this right here. Additional key plus 2 per key sphere obtained. Should be relatively easy to get. Then we have high chance to evade enemies' attack, including super attack. So automatically we're getting, I believe, high chance is what? 50% chance to dodge. Evades enemy attack, including super attack, when 7 or more key spheres obtained. Very nice. That's not too bad to get. And when they're a orb changer. Wow, randomly changes a non-physical type key sphere to physical key spheres when HP is 60% or lower. Okay, so they aren't always an orb changer. And then they change all key spheres to physical key spheres when HP is 39% or lower. So imagine you have like a defensive stacker or something like that that has a super high defensive stat at the physical, and then they get on rotation with this guy with low HP. And that's like, this could essentially right here, this could be like a full heal with this right here, because that's 23 key spheres right there. So that is extremely good. And I don't really think you can run this guy. Yeah, you can't really run this guy with like physical Ultimate Gohan or Gogeta. It'd be kind of tricky, right? I just outright don't think you can. But I see things that I like here. Okay. Well, I guess you could run him on like you could run Gogeta on the Super Saiyan Broly team, right? That could work. But kind of looking at this right here, there are definitely some impressive things, right? The Links, Brainiacs, not the best. I mean, it works, right? Solid support, Cold Judgment, Big Bad Bosses, obviously great. Shock and Speed, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. None of that's obviously changed. The category numbers are a bit low at 5, not best. And then when you look at their best linking partners, not great, not great. But a lot of, like, I don't really see this guy as somebody where you're, like, really investing a ton into the links that they bring to the table and stuff like that. This feels more of like a utility unit where you're not looking for like the highest possible attack and defensive stat, but they just bring so much to the table. Like I said, they have guaranteed dodging and stuff like that, so the defensive stat might not be the biggest deal in the world, but you put these guys with like an orb changer or something like that, you are in business. So Broly, CHEELAI, and LEMO look extremely, extremely impressive based on this kit right here. I would expect them to be pretty good. I see a lot of stuff that I like here. But let's move on to the sub EZAs. We have Bardock and Gine, however you say it. We have a Movie Heroes 130. Meter skill doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and look at this. Massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn. This is the final Spirit Cannon. Causes supreme damage to the enemy and raises all other allies' attack and defense plus 22% for 2 turns. That's not bad. Because that also includes the people on the next rotation, so that is very good. Attack and defense 122 at the start of turn. We have Ki +3 and additional attack and defense plus 122. Recovers 22% HP once only when HP is 50% or lower at the start of turn when there is an ally's name who includes Goku on the team. Additional attack and defense plus 122% while attacking when there is another bonded parent-child category ally attacking in the same turn. Not hard to get. Plus an additional attack plus 122% when there's a movie bosses category enemy. Movie bosses red zone, they could be, there's utility there. Plus an additional Ki +4 attack 122% and performs a critical hit when there's an enemy whose name includes Frieza. Okay, that's kind of like a nothing burger. I guess if you want to look at it like from the Golden Frieza red zone, that'd be fine, but they are type disadvantage in the hard phase, so I don't necessarily love that. But I guess there is some kind of like utility there. I think that this right here is really good, the support for the next rotation. That is obviously nice. And I don't see a ton of stuff here. Like, this is nowhere near as impressive, but these guys also have an out, like, so like they can also like removing ally status effects. That's what Tapion and Mino should do. This isn't bad. We get a 44% raise to enemy or all allies' attack for 2 turns. That's not bad. And 80% or less from the 4th turn is not hard to get at all. But you look at like their links, you know, you have Saiyan Warrior, Race Saiyan Lineage, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, not bad. And if we want to look at some of the linking partners, obviously AGL Bardock. Honestly, I feel like his EZA is like maybe not soon, but I think it should be like it should come at some point, right? Like it feels overdue, if that makes sense. But right here, I'm seeing they link up well with the GT duo and Paragus and Broly. Okay, and Future Gohan. So, I mean, this one is nowhere near as impressive as the Broly trio, but that should have been pretty obvious when. It obviously should have been like the better EZA between the two. I had a big sneeze I had to kind of fix, right? But there we go. So Bardock and Gine, nowhere near as impressive, but let's go ahead and look at Paragus and Broly really quickly. There's like nothing here. This is a much smaller passive, but let's take a look before we judge. Okay, they stack defense. That's good. Supreme damage, lower attack, not bad. High chance to launch an additional attack and defense plus 150 when launching a super attack. Damage reduced by 26% for each super attack performed. So you want to go full additional on these guys, right? Pure Saiyans or join forces, 50% support, not bad. Ki +3, an additional attack 180% and a high chance to launch. Additional when there's a Pure Saiyans or superhero category enemy. Pure Saiyans shouldn't be too tough, but this is kind of like a... I feel like this is like God Goku, but just not as consistent. I feel like just from looking at that right away, and if that's a take that was on Twitter, I swear I didn't hijack that. But like the damage reduction isn't there turn 1 because you need to do the supers first, and obviously they do give a wicked support at 50%. That's not bad. But you are restricted to Pure Saiyans or superheroes. I'd say that is definitely a worse version of what God Goku's doing because movie bosses is way better than superheroes for enemies, right? But we look at the links, not bad. Saiyan Warrior, Race Saiyan Lineage. Brutal Beatdown, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Cold Judgment, you'll see too. Hardened Grudge, I can't imagine there's many units with that. Oh yeah, look at that link. Ooh, baby. Calm down. But yeah, these are the new EZAs coming out. Obviously, if I had to rank them, I'd probably say with this damage reduction, I put these guys at 2. I'd put Broly Trio at 1, and then these guys at 3. So quickly, as a bonus, before we leave, we have something that kind of loosely hints at superhero for part 2. Dragon Ball Super Memorial Battle. We have no info on this event yet, but the fights are against Broly and Gogeta, and if they continue to do stuff for this, we could potentially see Beast Gohan and Cell Max for part 2. Not confirmed, but at least worth noting. So let me know down below what you guys think of the Beast, or not the Beast, the Broly Trio EZA, and then the other 2 sub EZAs with Paragus and Broly, and then Bardock and Gine. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.